The MLB Gambling Podcast on the Sports Game Podcast Network is brought to you by Nick Fantasy. Try out their new game mode ladders. You can get up to 500 times your entry. Plus, when you sign up, use the promo code MLB SGPN to get a $1,000 bonus credit. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Bank account built for better. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN to get a $25 matching deposit bonus. And welcome, everybody, to the MLB Gambling Podcast here on the Sports Game Podcast Network. It is currently Wednesday morning, May 7th, around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm Rose episode Scott Reichel, joined again by Adam Rosenberg, like we are for every single
That's
episode.
right. Good, you did it. You almost didn't do it, and I was gonna whack you with it for it.
No, you wouldn't have, but you don't have to worry about it. I guess we'll never know. But either way, back again for the second prop show of the week. Of course, if you do like regular game picks, we do the MLB show every single day at 5 p.m. Eastern. But we did throw in the prop episode for Wednesday's games, as we always do. Overall, been a solid season for us so far. Trying to keep rolling here. Adam, how's it going with you? I know that we have some overall plays to recap, and we have a couple of things that you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a therapy session or something, but no, so I was only 1 and 2 in those last. We gave out bonus plays, but not to tout. But I was 1 and 2. We got very close on that underdog. Mikolas only gave up 3 runs. He gave up that another solo shot.
We got hooked on that.
We got hooked on the home run, as they say. But no, it was a good show. We've been rolling overall, so I'm not too butthurt about it. But I got a new style of prop that I'm going to give out today, so it's going to be fun.
Well, I know that you initially said that you wanted to talk quickly about ROI, which you came up with a new name for.
Oh yeah. Because like you and I will bicker on this sometimes. Not really bicker. It's more just me talking down to you. But so here's the deal. On HRRs, the only true way that you can actually tell if you are turning less money into more money is ROI, because that's just math. No one can tell me differently. If you take $1 and you bet something that's 2-1, your ROI on it is plus 200, or plus 100. So you've doubled your money. You've turned less into more. So, by the way, yes, Captain Stato started coming in hot with the Kim stolen base, which was fire. Put that comment up on screen. Give that man a cookie. Here's the point that I want to make about all of it is that when you are looking, like you should in baseball, specifically with HRR props, it's not a great bet. And minus 135 for a guy who, if he has a high ISO, you're basically leaving money on the table because bases are routinely plus money. So I don't recommend those. Or I say, look at runs. Teoscar cashed the HRR, would have cashed his bases, would have cashed his run, left money on the table, got hurt, and is now on the injury list. But my point about all this is when you're doing baseball and you're doing all this volume, you're doing this stuff, try to get as much ROI out of plays. That's why a lot of the stuff I give is plus money, and I do a threshold of if it's plus 120 or greater, I do it to win a unit. And if it's plus 100 to plus 120, I risk a unit. So it keeps your bankroll in check, keeps your ROI high, keeps the Twitter trolls at bay, and you lose less. And that's it.
Yeah, but I did want to point out, just to agree with what you said, that the ROI for a lot of our plays is something that we kind of just pride ourselves on. So happy.
Yes, our ROI is bonkers on our plays.
That's why, I mean, we also tend to venture out a bit more into alt totals and stuff like that, because if we think that a hit rate is the same for 8.5 and 7.5, but you're getting significantly better numbers in terms of price for the higher total, we will be greedier and we will try to go for that higher total, pursuing just better price. So
yes,
something to keep in mind.
We are. I have had a little bit of up and down the last 2 weeks, but generally speaking, everything's been just great. Our ROI though is the thing is that our ROI is just bonkers.
Yeah, when you factor in also the record, you can go 5-5, but if your ROI is insane, then you're still making a decent amount of money. So that's all that matters.
Yes,
so,
and also I include our underdog losses as part of it, which I probably shouldn't, but I just do. So
no, either way, I think we've been 1 away in all the losses we've had for underdog this entire season. So.
Stolen base has been our thing, man.
It has been. We had Ohtani, we had Kim. I mean, it's what happens when the Dodgers play against the Marlins. You just get a lot of opportunities.
Yeah,
so
it's actually a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Either way, point is definitely something to keep in mind moving forward for you for ROI. If you want to pay more attention to that, don't be afraid to try to maybe get a bit greedier to find a good price. Not too crazy, but something to keep in mind. Anyway, before we get into the props for the Wednesday card, a reminder, you can get all of our picks and podcasts on one easy location, the SGPN app. So download it for free. Once again, free on the App Store today. Anyway, time to move on into the 3 props that we have for the Wednesday card. Adam, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your first prop for the card?
First one that we're going to go with is my guy, Christopher Sanchez, under 4.5 hits at plus 126 on Caesars. Christopher Sanchez is my god. He's fantastic. So elite chase stuff, elite everything. Obviously still off of injury, but didn't seem to have any problems in his last start. Tampa as a whole is bottom of the league in hitting over the last 2 weeks, and that's just straight up. And then when you get into it against lefties, they last 30 plate appearances, there's only one person in the lineup who's hitting above 167 in their last 30 plate appearances against left-handed pitching. There's only 3 guys with BABIPs over 190. That's bad. That means that no one's even getting the ball in play. I thought about K's, but ultimately he's not like really a K pitcher. It just looks like a dominating kind of performance here for me with him, and plus money on the for him to have under 5 hits, which he has been pretty good at overall. I think is just the way to go on this. So we're going to back Christopher Sanchez at under 4.5 hits plus 126. Since Wheeler went deep yesterday, maybe they give Sanchez a little bit of rest, that kind of stuff. But he's just got really good stuff against a team that's not hitting lefties right now.
Yeah, I can get behind that too. You mentioned the price. Definitely not going to complain there. I see segueing into my first play. Nathan giving me a shout out for the Winners Winers play yesterday. I did fade Kobe Mayo, who, if you don't know, is really bad at baseball. And you know what? I'm going to fade him again because I can get away with it. Give me Kobe Mayo under half a hit here at minus 129. At the end of the day, you are looking at a guy who, just to mention his numbers, by the way, is only here because of injury. Westberg and Urias both got hurt. They have no other third baseman. They needed Mayo to be called up. He is awful. So far this season, 0 hits and 9 plate appearances. Yesterday against Pablo Lopez, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. He's played in 19 career games. He has 4 hits and 55 plate appearances. On the road, he's played at 12 games. He has 2 hits in 33 plate appearances. This guy stinks, and it's a pretty good number for him to not do anything in this game. So as Nathan said, I did cash on the play yesterday. I'm going to run it back as the first play of this show. Give me Kobe Mayo under half a hit at minus 129. I bullied Adam into taking it yesterday. We made some money, and I'll fade him again. So there you go. Nothing else to really add there, but as you know, we do love to fade bad players, and this guy is definitely a bad hitter. So we're going to fade him in this spot.
56% K rate. I'm in.
56% K rate is absolutely disgusting.
That's
so
disgusting.
If you wanted
I'll take it. So why don't you take that from me on local? As those of you know, Scott and I share bank accounts just like my wife and I. So
my local also had minus 113, so that's why I kind of consider it. But either way, point is that if you want to compare him to somebody from the previous year or so, he's the Ryan Kreidler 2.0, where he only got called up to play the field because they have a bunch of injuries. And the guy can't hit. So I'll fade Mayo again. More of a Miracle Whip guy. I'll fade Mayo in the spot. You want to move on to your second prop?
Yeah. Look, I have been yearning for some January 6th goodness, and so I look no further than to one of the insurrectionists himself, Grant Holmes.
My mind went right to Brandon Marsh, but I know that you don't think that guy's any good anymore. So that's why.
He was great the other night. He had a 2-run double.
I know my mind, though, went directly to Brandon Marsh. Look, man, I don't know if that's good or bad that he's the first guy that I think of.
Capital. So it's
the hair for me. So
this guy sucks, Bob Barker. I love it. Grant Holmes under 4.5 hits, under in all of his starts. Sale went 6 2/3 yesterday. So there's not a lot of pressure.
He was
on Grant
great
Holmes,
yesterday, by the way. He's finally really, really good. I'm happy to see Sale.
Well, his K stuff's been great all season.
Yeah. He pieced it together though for a start, which I'm happy
he was
about.
Great. He was fantastic. So they also almost lost that game.
Yeah.
Abbott was great too, and no one paid any attention to it.
I'm more of a Costello guy.
Boom. Sale was great yesterday. Usually Sale's off a bad start, and so we're coming here. We're saying, we need Grant Holmes to pitch a lot of innings. We really don't. Grant Holmes can kind of take a little bit of a break here, but under 4.5 hits is what we're going to look at. His Sierra's good. His chase isn't great, but his Ks are good. His ground ball rate is elite. His home stuff is fantastic. Since in their last 30 plate appearances against right-handed pitching, really low WOBA. 5 guys are batting under 279. 6 guys are under 231. That's really, really, really bad. And let me just see how many pitches he threw. And like his outs is 17.5, which He's only gone over once in his last 5 home starts.
A reminder, by the way, that Holmes was a guy who would never go distance ever.
Never went distance ever, and they've been really pumping him this last couple starts. He went 105, 93, 94. So look, he could get to 94. He could do that, and then they don't have to really worry about it. He's only given up more than 5 or more hits twice in his last 10, dating back to last August. One time this year against Arizona. Can't really fault against that lineup. So, and it was in Arizona, but he's been under at home. The last time that he gave up, more than 4 hits at home was August of last year against the Marlins. So we're going to go under 4.5 hits allowed from Grant Holmes.
Okay.
Plus, even money on Caesars. Yeah. Caesars is a really good, Caesars has become a very good, I don't know if I want to call it sharp book, but it's probably the highest ROI book for us on hits allowed right now.
It's a long name, but I was going to say a reduced juice book for hits allowed, if you want to call it that. But same idea.
I don't know if that's what I want to call it, though.
Okay. I don't know if it's what you want to call it.
What I mean is it's generally that book is the best price, the ZV. I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, do you want to see something cool?
Yeah. Is it a body?
No. When people
whoa! Look at that.
We have graphics.
That's awesome.
We can do actual overlay stuff. So I wasn't sure if we wanted to move ourselves a bit more into the corner or leave the comments on screen.
I see Corey is asking about George Springer, Josh Smith, Riley Green.
That's the second thing I was going to ask you about.
I'll look at it when I'll look at it as you go through stuff.
Okay. Point is, though, now we can actually display the chat stuff on screen. So
sure.
we're moving up in the world. Anyway, before we get into my second prop for the MLB card on Wednesday, reminder they're brought to you by Circa Resort and Casino because they are having the ultimate fantasy football giveaway. Because if you want to do a 12-person league, the draft in Vegas, and you'll be treated like a VIP for your stay, the winner will receive a 2-night stay at Circa Resort for the entire 12-person league. You'd also hold your draft at the Cabana at Stadium Swim with a $5,000 food and beverage credit. You get a limo as well for transportation to and from the airport, a welcome party, a legacy club for the league, and you also get a reservation at the World's Largest Sportsbook with a $500 beverage credit for the league. And a reminder, the contest duration is from May 5th to June 30th. You enter by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost, the first ever bank account for bettors. You can use it to ensure that all your gambling transactions are approved, no usage fees, no imbalance. You can also use your actual Edge Boost card for cash rewards. 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today. EdgeBoost.bet. Promo code SGPN. Plus $25 in Edge Boost match deposit. EdgeBoost.bet. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy because you can play their new game mode, Underdog Ladders, which can let you win up to 500 times your money. When you also sign up for your new account, use the promo code MLB SGPN. Become a special pick and a first-time deposit offer up to 1K more cash on Fantasy. Promo code MLB SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through the first 3 props for the Wednesday card. Time to move on into the next prop, which is my second prop of the day. For this one, I'm going to go with a hits, runs, and RBIs play. And I know that Adam did tell me that he likes to take these plays only with bottom of the lineup guys. So I'm learning.
Well, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. It's not just being snobby. It's because those are guys that are really only likely to do one of those kind of things, and you're getting plus money value on them usually. Like there was a time where like Austin Hayes was leading off, it was plus 130 for his HRR, and it's just like that was awesome. But generally speaking, it's just it's not, the value isn't there for covering 2 different options.
Yeah,
especially if the lineup is hitting, because
definitely true. But I am going to go with Dansby Swanson. His hit was like minus 133, but I figured plus 120.
Well, he's home too. That's another thing. Sorry to interrupt, but like home guys on teams that are hitting, you want 7 or 8, 9 HRR because they're not getting as many at bats.
Yeah, and also assuming they actually get on base, the lineup should wrap around to the top.
Sure, but if they're winning and everything's working, they're not getting 9 ups. So that's why you want those guys. You want it for a home team. You want it to be plus money.
Yeah. So point is, you can get Dansby over 1.5 HRR at plus 120. He's had at least 2 HRR in 7 of his last 8 games. Quietly been on fire at the plate recently. And he's also been good against San Francisco. He's had at least 3 HRR in 5 of the last 8 games he's had against the Giants. But you're looking at Dansby, who's been great recently, on a decent hit streak for a guy who I think we'd agree has never really been an amazing hitter per se. But I do think that he's been performing well at the plate lately. The Cubs lineup we know is pretty deep, and you are looking at Dansby at a good price at plus 120. Rays pitching, who we know can be pretty streaky at times, so we'll see what happens there. But I do think that you're looking at Dansby, you should have a solid game. Plus 120, I like the price on. I'll take Dansby over 1.5 HRR at plus 120 as my second play. Thoughts?
Let me look at Robbie Ray. I mean,
the hits allowed haven't been that great, but
Ray's road splits aren't great. 13 innings pitched. He's got a FIP of 5.41. He's faced 61 batters. He's K'ing those guys, but he's walking guys, and his ground ball rate and his fly ball rate are bad, which is what you don't want.
So point
it's
is,
Wrigley, right?
it's in Wrigley. I pulled up the same stats that you just pulled up, which is that he's not very good on the road. So I'll back that. Plus, in theory, it's unlikely, but I did want the HRR on the chance that he might even walk a couple times.
So this is exactly why you take an HRR, like at plus money. This is a great value. This is a great bet.
So thank you. But I thought plus 120 was just a bad price. So,
no, I think that's good. I think it's
or
good.
I should say bad price by the books. I think it's a good price for us. So I'll go with that for my second play. What do you want to do for your third play on the show?
Gonna go a little bit different, guys. And this kind of alludes to something that Corey just popped in there when he was asking if I liked Riley Green to hit a home run. I don't know, but I do like one of the Tigers to hit a home run. And I also do like one of the Minnesota Twins to hit a home run because Charlie Morton is going to be starting for possibly 2 innings. So that ball's out of here. And no one on the Orioles, I think, has been really good at it. But here's what I'm doing. There is a market, and this is only available, I believe, on DK, but you could probably, I think maybe ESPN has it. I don't know. But any guy on the team to get a home run, it's like basically Tigers over 0.5 home runs. I parlay it with Twins over 0.5 home runs and going to get that for plus 114. So that allows me to fade 2 pitchers that I think are very susceptible to long ball without having to throw a dart at one of the guys. Tigers have home runs in 9 of their last 10 games. Twins home runs in 4 straight, and they hit 2 yesterday. That is a home run ballpark.
Quietly hitting the ball better lately.
Quietly hitting the ball better lately is a very good point. So we're going to go with, as our third prop, it is Twins to hit a home run and Tigers to hit a home run at plus 114. I am sure that Teoscar's home run is tempting. He is on the IL, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hit that home run for you, though.
Shout out to Teoscar, though, gambling hero, because now he's ruled out for a while, and he cashed my prop before he died. So I appreciate it. So thank you for your service, Teoscar. I don't know if you saw my meme. I had the Spider-Man.
I always see your memes because I have everything that you have on notification.
Either way, point is that it was them carrying Spider-Man as he was unconscious.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Across the train.
I mean, I almost pushed him for MVP a couple weeks ago.
I'd rather push him for home run derby again, which we cashed on.
Someone just sent me I don't know if it was a wrestling fan here, but someone just sent me a meme of Berenstein Bears get released by WWE. Oh, nice. It's that. This Valente Bozo off that. Yeah, let me see. What's the thing? I thought that the pricing on that game looked weird. Minus 225.
Speaking of
they're over 1.5. The thing is about the Dodgers lineup, keep this in mind, guys, is that when guys are out of a lineup, it kind of impacts how everyone's pitch protection works. So like Edmonds out and Teoscar's out. So it really impacts it impacts matchups. I'm not saying the Dodgers aren't great. I'm just saying that it absolutely has a cascading effect because the depth in that lineup is not good. You want Austin Barnes driving guys in? You want
that guy's been around for so long.
Chris Taylor.
Yeah, that's always the guy. On the bright side, they don't have Jason Hayward anymore. He was always a bottom of the
so we want to talk about a hero of the no hits.
Yes.
Jason, yeah, absolutely.
Just saying, Hayward used to be one of those guys at the bottom of the lineup you'd have to worry about. Not because he's good, but because he's bad. But now he's on a different team. So there you go. Point is, though, for the last play, once again, you went with a parlay that's only on DraftKings, correct?
Yeah,
as far as
it's
I know?
only on DraftKings. It's over at team totals, and then scroll down.
DraftKings has been very creative with the prop markets, and I appreciate that. So hopefully
we take over walks. We've done tons of stuff.
Yeah, the Mets had a bunch of walks against the Diamondbacks a couple days ago. We had that too.
They also do the nut to bat in the. That's a very, very good bet for a home favorite when you just think it's like an elite matchup, or it's a good one if you really want to. It's almost like the bet. Sometimes it might be better than the reverse run line.
Well, the argument you'd
Ooh.
make is that you don't have to worry about the -1.5 because you're not batting in the 9th inning. And in theory, I don't want to say it's similar to like a pitcher to record the win, but the argument is as long as they're up without the thrilling walk-off at the end, you're reducing a ton of juice to just bet the team to win that you
Actually,
picked to win
I
the game.
kind of
So
I might play that today on something.
something to keep in mind.
I would do it on it. You want to do it on a home team? I would do it on a home team that is a slight fave or a slight dog that I think has a. This is a good day to do it because it's getaway day. So if you have actually a home slight fave on a team that's lost 2 straight, it's a really good play.
I also like how you specified it's a home team when it has to be a home team to not bat in the 9th
you know what I
inning,
mean.
but
I'm just giving. Yeah, that's fine.
Throwing it out there. I see Slimmer mentioning Kiermaier as another guy that the Dodgers had for a little bit.
Oh, I forgot about him. He stunk.
Yeah, then he went to Toronto, I think. But
I thought he went from Toronto to there.
I'm sorry, he went from Toronto. He's bounced around anyway. Guy was never a great hitter. But anyway, for my last prop on the show, I am going to go with a singles prop. It's not going to be judged, though. I'm going to go with Jonah Heim. I'm going to go with his over half single at -110. He's had at least one single in 9 of his last 10 games. The Rangers' offense might not be hitting, but he is. That's good enough for me. They woke up, by the way, in the first game with the new hitting coach. Scored 6 runs, I think.
Yesterday. New hitting coach is Mariners legend Brett Boone.
Yes, I remember him. He was a Silver Slugger a couple times.
250 home runs.
His career fell apart very quickly, but he was a Silver Slugger. Very solid.
I mean, he got hurt. I think he was pretty solid for what he was. Good. He was on that 100 billion win team.
He was probably 2 times the player Aaron Boone was. 3 times the player.
With that.
So there you go.
Dad was on the Phillies.
Brett Boone was solid, though. But the point is he's the new hitting coach, and the Rangers scored 6 runs. Carter also came back. I thought he looked pretty good in his first game back. But you're looking at Heim. Once again, 9 of the last 10 he's gone over this. Houck's pitching for Boston. I don't need a reason to fade him, but if you want an extra reason to fade him, on the road this season, 24 innings pitched, 34 hits allowed. So he's been awful on the road. And Heim is actually 4 for 7 a lifetime against Houck. So I do think it's a good matchup for him. I like the price. He's gone over 9 of the last 10. He's also much better as I'm trying to remember if he's actually better as a lefty or as a righty. I think he's actually better as a righty. The point is, though, he's a switch hitter, so he's not going to get pulled. Higashioka's injured anyway, so he has full, I'd say, overall protection or overall, I'd say, safety in the lineup because they don't really have many other catchers on the roster with Higashioka being injured. So I am going to go with Heim for the single here at -110 as my final play on the show. Anything else you want to add before we get into the best bets?
No, because we're already at 10:30, and I gabbed and gabbed, and Insano's leaking guys who have steroids. So.
For the record, I'm not doing the NBA show today. So
you're not? Oh, then why was I so rushed? All right, never mind. That's
because we always assume that I'm doing the NBA.
Yeah. No, then we're good. I'm fine. I'm just looking at who are the who they playing?
They're playing the Red Sox. Houck's pitching.
Oh, okay. So I think that game might go off the rails.
It could. I mean, Houck's ERA on the road is like 8 or 9.
Miles been great. So the problem is Houck's been terrible.
It's been so bad.
I feel
it's a shame because I liked him too, like a year or two ago.
Houck's been a lot better at home than he has been on the road. Oh, he's been way better at home than he's on the road. I still like it because Heim's righty.
He's a switch.
That's right.
He's technically better from the right side average wise, but he's not going to get pulled if a righty reliever.
Is he going to bat? Well, I guess here's my question because I was thinking about this with Ellie. Did Ellie bat left last night against a lefty?
I think he still keeps a lefty righty.
Okay, cool. Oh, so he switches.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay.
He hasn't been that bad from the right side this season. Not like amazing, but he's been better.
Red Sox bats have been terrible. Like to point out, Nathan just called that out too. It's Houck's also just been giving up home runs like it's nobody's business. And at home, he's just been so much better at home. Is the problem. I mean, I like anyway. It's a single, right?
Yeah, it's a single.
Yeah,
-110.
Just why not?
So there you go. Either way, though, point is that's going to wrap it up for the 6 props we have for the Wednesday game. Before we get into the best bets and the target entry, reminder they're brought to you by Rhythm because they're the home of ADVERTISE picks and props. So it's available for the NBA playoffs, the MLB prop market, you name it. You can also build your own model. Very simple and easy to do. Also try it for free for a week by using the 7-day free trial. And Adam, it is time to ask the robots once again. They've been good to us lately. What do they want to go with today for the props? What are the robots into?
There's a couple things here that I really do like. They have Jackson Jobe under 14.5 total outs, and like it's Jackson Jobe's first start in course.
Okay.
So I don't, and his road splits are not great. So I kind of, I don't hate this as, like they can get away with him not getting all the way in there. I kind of like this play. Let's look. Jackson Job under. I mean, there's his under K's under outs plus 142. He has gone over this one game on the road. It was against the Twins. He's gone over 3 games total. He threw how many pitches he threw? He only threw 77 innings, 77 pitches last game. So maybe that's not the right one. But they don't have a doubleheader today, right? I don't think so.
They do
because they got rained out.
No, they have a doubleheader tomorrow.
They have a doubleheader tomorrow. Okay, so let's see. They like
cannon
strikeouts, but
they might try to save the bullpen for the doubleheader tomorrow. That's kind of the problem. You're right.
Yeah, they might say that, which I agree is not ideal. Oh, you know what? Okay, so here's one that they like. One of our guys that we used to love. Let me see.
I mean, we could fade him if you want to go for like an earned runs or something instead, which we can get to later.
Well, I'm just seeing what Rhythm liked.
No, I know. I'm saying we can pivot off that potentially if we need to. But
there's there's also some hitting stuff in here. We could just see what they like. They so they think that Brian Woo's outs is a little too high, which would be a good play that we could do for our underdog entry, but we're not going to lay minus 210. Oh, Keller. Oh, Keller, 4.5 Ks. Keller K, anybody?
Sometimes. He was great against the Cardinals earlier this season. He gave no runs against them, I think.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
I mean, he's been walking. He's been striking out basically 3, and he has not been very good. But he faced the Cardinals once this season, 6 strikeouts and 7 1/3.
Okay. Oh, he had 6 strikeouts and 7 1/3. Let me just see what this Cardinals team has been doing, batter wise, right-handed pitching in their last 30. St. Louis. I think he might be able to get there, man.
Yeah, pretty low number.
It's a plus money low number on him. Let me just see.
I didn't realize it was plus money. That's a pretty good deal.
Well, it's gone way. Oh no. This is they like him. We're not doing this. This is an alt. So yeah, over 4.5 strikeouts at plus 134. They really like that. Let me just look at one more. Otherwise, I still think that I don't know the Job thing. I still don't hate because they kind of mix and match a lot of stuff on that team. There's Woo under Ks, but Woo's been just kind of lightning lately. Shane Baz over Ks. They like. What do you think of that one?
I can get behind that.
Baz
has been a guy that we've been kind of basically involved with all season, so it depends if you trust him in the spot, but I don't mind it.
Okay, so Baz is over this. He had a bad game against the Yankees and a bad game against KC, but otherwise he'd been consistently getting over this. And if let me look at the Phillies against right-handed pitching. The Phillies are just hitting the ball better right now. Oh, Rhythm, you're making it so difficult for me. The other options that we have here are there's Simeon Woods Richardson under 5.5 Ks against this Orioles team. Oh, here's one actually that I do like. I don't like Framber Valdez at all.
Okay.
What
about the Exxon?
The Exxon. Under 17.5 outs at plus money, they like, and I can get behind that because I'm not a Framber guy. And I think he's completely overrated. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. I'm going to look what against left-handed pitching. How has this, who are they playing? They're playing the Milwaukee Brewers.
I believe they're not very good against lefties, but separate point.
Well, their BABIPs have been pretty high, so they're putting the ball in play. This is a sneaky good spot, man. I like it. I think we're going to take it at plus 116. We're going to bet it, sort of bet straight, and I think that we're going to then ride with it in our underdog thing when we do that. So yeah, let's do that. I agree with the robots on this one. Framber under 17.5 outs. Is this bullpen? How's this bullpen looking? Let's see. Bullpen has Houston's off tomorrow, so that's already in our favor.
They lost 4-3 yesterday, but the game was still close, and there weren't many runs involved. They should be fine. Starter yesterday, you go 4. So they used a couple relievers, but they got an off day, as you said, so that's fine.
They have an off. That they used like 5. Yeah, they got everybody. Haters available, so Hater will get in the game. Ort's gonna get in the game. Yeah, I like this. Let's go with the plus money on the under and that, and let's see. Let's get some guys to put the ball in play a little bit and mess around with this. What's Framber looking like? Framber's been good on the road, but it doesn't strike anybody out, so I can get behind this. Yeah.
All right. Point is, though, when you do end up making your Rhythm account and when you end up agreeing to actually join it instead of just using the free trial, use the amazing deals they have for you, 25% off the monthly deal with promo code SGPN25, 50% off the annual deal with promo code SGPN50. That's Rhythm with promo code SGPN25 or SGPN50. Sign up for the free trial, though, by using the link sportscampodcast.com/RATHMM. We're also brought to you by MyBookie. Whose bookie?
MyBookie.
MyBookie is the place in every sport. They have the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, MLB. They have tennis, you name it. MyBookie does have it. Props in every game as well. You also can use it for total locations. Also use crypto for deposits, lightning fast payouts. You can also head to MyBookie.ag with the promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to 1K. Terms and conditions apply. MyBookie.ag promo code SGPN. Welcome back, everyone, to the MLB Gambling Podcast. Finished going through all 6 of our props here for the Wednesday card. Now it's time for our best bets. Adam, I'll let you go first. What's going to be your best bet for the card today?
Electric Chris Sanchez under 4.5 hits.
Okay, so mine's going to go back to Mayo. I do think that when you are a career 4 hits out of 55 plate appearance guy with a K rate of about 57, I'm going to blindly fade you because you're not a major league player. So I'll fade him again. I won on it yesterday. I dragged you into it too. I'll take it back again. I'll take Mayo no hits again at -129 as my best bet. Now it's time for the.
You see Helms with the quote I tell you every day.
Yes, don't have kids.
Yeah, you want to put it on screen? I think everyone needs to see it.
I don't have any kids that I know.
But I tell them.
No, that I know about.
Yeah,
moving on though to the underdog entry. I know we said we were going to recycle some stuff we talked about a second ago. Do we want to use Framber in there too?
Yeah. So let me. What do you think?
I'm fine with that either way. I was just asking because I know we mentioned a bunch of rhythm plays, and we said we might go back to a couple of them for the entry.
Let me see. I like that Framber play straight up. Let me see what they have Woo outs at. Because they don't need Woo doesn't need to go forever. Oops, it keeps going up as James Woods. Brian.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Woo. Piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Yeah, let's do the Brian Woo under pitching outs because we're not going to lay 200. That's I would much rather do that against Oakland. Let's then. Who do we want to steal a base?
It's got to be someone on the Dodgers again, right?
Potentially, but let me look. I'm gonna check out Baseball Savant right now and see which pitcher. We're getting some that are. Let's see, pitching. Running game. There it is. Okay. Who stinks? Are any of these guys pitching today? Bryce Miller, George Romano. No. Cal Quantrill. Jack Rasmussen. I'm just trying to see if do we got anybody? We got to give me somebody here. Bailey Falter. He's not pitching today. None of these guys are pitching today. We may not have a good stolen base thing today. So maybe we'll have to go with something else. I think we should throw Mayo in here.
Okay.
If he's in.
That's fine.
Not get a hit.
I like fading bad players.
Lower. And then I think that we should look at this. We're going to look at Vicente Bobo.
Yeah.
Right,
Enrique Palazzo.
Terrible against Enrique Palazzo. Cool. Let's just. I think we just probably will take Ohtani home run. To be totally honest,
it's fine. Ohtani's been such a monster.
Let me just look.
Do you see that hanging off speed pitch, by the way, that he just crushed yesterday?
Oh, he's murdered it.
Let's
do it. We're gonna go Ohtani home run.
That's fine. So once again, that's 3, right? That's 3.
That's 3. So we have Brian Woo lower 18.5 pitching outs, which is the rhythm robot play. Kobe Mayo under 0.5 total bases.
Lower, yeah.
Or lower. And then Shohei Ohtani to hit one to the moon.
Okay. Sounds good. And what's the payout on that?
6.13 multiplier.
That's my birthday. Fun fact. So
there you go.
There we
All
go.
right, I'm pressing send, so you'll owe me $25.
Yeah, same as we always do.
Oh my god, everybody knows that we put a half a unit on this stuff. Oh my god, we're crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Oh wait, do we have a boost?
No. Do you have the random boosts? I know
Yeah,
Kramer
like,
keeps
they
getting
limit
like
it to like $10
boost stuff. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, once again, Brian Wu lower 18.5 pitching outs. Thank you, Rhythm Robots. Shohei Ohtani higher 0.5 home runs. Kobe Mayo lower 0.5 total bases. Boom, it's in.
Yep, cool. Anyway, point is we're back once again for the prop show on Friday. Going to be back for the regular baseball show tonight. I'll be on the show with Dylan, so you want my thoughts on the Thursday card, check out the podcast at 5 p.m. Eastern. If I'm on Twitter, Rich Radio. If I'm on Twitter, at Hey Rosenberg. And until next time, good luck to all of you and all of your bets. Bye, everyone.